Many people are tired of life. They're tired of going through the same old struggle. They're tired of dealing with the rejection, the heartbreak, the pain. They're tired of this. It's something that they deal with every day. And it's like they don't have nobody to talk to about their issues. A lot of times we'll say, hey, be positive, you know, pray about it. All of that sounds good. At the same time, you don't know what they're really feeling inside. People are dealing with a lot of issues: dating issues, financial issues, health issues, family, friends, life goals. There's so many different issues they're dealing with that they're overwhelmed. How many of you are overwhelmed? I'm talking about overwhelmed with all the issues in life. And it's like you're just at the end of the road, man. You just want to rest and just kind of just take it easy, man. It's where a lot of people is. They just don't know how to talk about it. That's why I try to talk about these videos, because I know a lot of people relate to the content. A lot of people been, supporting the videos. They've been telling me they like my content. I try to keep things relevant for you guys because I know a lot of people out there are hurting. And sometimes people be like, why don't you talk about something positive? I talk about things that are positive, but I also talk about real talk. And real talk doesn't necessarily mean something is negative. This is exactly where people are. A lot of people are lonely. A lot of people are miserable. And misery loves company. And this is why a lot of times miserable people harass other people, try to be a thorn in your flesh. They just keep bothering you because they're miserable. You know what I'm saying? They're unhappy with their life. So it's like the last thing they want for you is to enjoy your life. They don't want you to do that. And this is the problem. A lot of people are prepared to give up. A lot of people are at the end of their rope. They don't know what else to do. And it's frustrating to be in a situation like that, because it's like, a lot of us have a belief in God. A lot of us read the Bible. But even with reading the Bible, even with having a relationship with God, still people go through. People still deal with life issues. And people are suffering in silence. A lot of people are at the end of their rope. They're ready to give up. I don't encourage you to give up. You know what I'm saying? I encourage you to keep pressing on and, working your way through the difficulties. That's why we have these discussions. These videos is supposed to be a help center. It's supposed to be a place where you can come through, get some good conversation, meet like-minded people in the comment sections, where you have like a support base, where you can post a comment letting people know like, hey guys, man, I've been dealing with this issue for a minute, man. I could really use some encouragement. And you might have 10, 15 people that might comment, and, they might put some good information out there for you that can really help you get through. And that's what it's really about, like therapy, man. It really will help you. So, I encourage you guys, man, if you're going through real difficult times and you feel like it's time to give up and you're ready to give up on yourself, man, now is not the time to give up. You worked too hard, you came too far. You know what I mean? It's not time to end everything, man. It's like, it's a negative way to look at it, man. You know what I mean? Like, look, I deal with a lot of stuff myself, and at times I might feel down, and it feels, sometimes it's like you feel that's the best thing to do, is just be down and just be negative and just doubt. But it's causing more problems when you do that. So It's like you got to find something to be thankful for, something to live for, man, because life can be cruel, life can be good, and it's just that's why we need a support base. That's why we need like-minded people that we could share and talk about issues with, because we know that it's a safe environment for us to express these issues and know that we have each other's back. We can literally talk about issues and get advice from people that either been through it, going through it, or whatever the case is. They can give you some sort of advice. And I think that that's one of the missing things in society is support groups that really understand where people are, and they're able to help them navigate the pitfalls of life, because there are certain things that you may have overcame that maybe another person that's viewing this video is struggling with, and maybe you got their answer. So if they see your comment, that might be what changes their life, or maybe they'll hear something from my video that changes their life. So each one teach one, you know what I mean? But I know a lot of people, man, they're on edge, they're ready to crash out. They're just tired of life, man. And when I say tired, I'm not saying they want to go unalive themselves. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like, you're just tired, man. It's like, it's almost like when are you gonna live? When are you gonna be able to, have fun and relax? Like when do you get to have your day? Why is it that everybody else seems to be enjoying their life, but it's like you're struggling and going through, and it's really, really crazy, man. Like, I saw this one other video that I got to react to of a woman. She pretty much says she's mad with God. You know what I'm saying? That's like the worst thing you can say, is that you're mad with God. But that's what she said. And she was talking about how her life is and how she's going through. And, I could sympathize with her struggle and stuff, but she was talking herself into defeat because she was just being negative in her words. And it's like she was just digging herself deeper and deeper in a pit. That's why when I do these videos, guys, even though we might talk about the issue, we still got to talk about the solutions. And I think that's one of the missing pieces with a lot of videos, with a lot of content creators, is that they talk about the negative things, but they never talk about the positive. They never give you any advice. And you walk away, confused. You don't know what to do. It's like, okay, you listen to the video. Okay, I understand the problem, but what's the solution? Like, do I have any advice? Do you have anything that you could give me? I'm going through, So if you're one of them kind of people, man, that you're on edge, it's like you're just going through a crazy struggle, and it's like it feel like the whole world is against you. Like you feel like bricks and cinder blocks are all on top of you, and you just feel weighed down, and it just feels like nobody cares, man. I know what that feeling feel like, when it feel like nobody's there, feel like nobody care. And it's a horrible feeling. It's the worst feeling. The feeling of being alone, the feeling of nobody's there to help you. You're literally on your own to figure it out. It's a very dark place to be, man. It can make you depressed. It can make you be full of anxiety. It can really make you panic and lose your mind. And this is why I believe a lot of people are crashing out. This is why a lot of people are giving up. Some people are even unaliving themselves, sad to say, but they're literally losing it. The stress, the way society is, people can't even afford to even live their life, man. You got people that are literally one paycheck away from being homeless. They don't have no savings. They don't got nothing in their bank. They don't got nothing. There is nothing there. They are literally on E. And it is a horrible place to be, knowing that you don't have nothing in your bank account. All you have is the paycheck when it comes in, and it goes right to bills. You don't have no savings, zero. You're literally at the mercy of your job. That is just crazy, man. And that right there alone is a stressful place to be in. That right there alone is a place where a lot of people are in, man. And it's like we're in this life, and we go through these challenges in life, and Sometimes I sit down and I look at life, I look at myself, and I kind of look in the mirror or just sit down and think. And I'm like, man, this is real life, man. Like this life, you really gotta live and struggle and strive just to make it to the next month. Like some people are struggling just to pay the bills, man, just to make it to the next month. It's like when you pay your rent or pay your mortgage, you don't even know if you're gonna make it to next month. That's how crazy it is, guys. You don't even know if you're gonna make it to next month. How many of you folks had just paid your rent, just paid your mortgage, and you're already feeling the pressure of, am I gonna make it to next month? Will I be able to buy groceries? Will I be able to survive? And the Bible talks about worry not about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about itself. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things we don't got control over, and then certain things we do, you know? This is why you got to be positive, even when you're feeling down and broken and just destroyed. You know, listen, it's human. It's normal. It's normal to feel down. It's normal to feel alone. It's normal. It's what you do to get out of it. That's what matters. Meaning, if you are depressed, if you are feeling a sense of anxiety and you're stressed, that's normal. That's normal under the circumstances that you're in. But now the key is getting out of that pit, because we don't want you to stay there. We don't want you to stay depressed. We don't want you to stay feeling alone. That's why this community here is open for you. You know, I don't know you personally, but I'm sure you can relate to these topics, and not only relate into the topics that I'm talking about, but think of all the people that will be in the comments section. Think of all the people that may be going through other things that you might be able to relate from, and you can even ask them questions. Think about the community here. That's what you got to look at. You got to look at the community. See, what I'm trying to do with these videos is build a community of people that are civilized adults that are not afraid to express themselves in terms of what they're dealing with in life, to hopefully be able to help others. Because most of you that are viewing the content, when you post comments under my video, you may not know this, but a lot of times your comments actually help other people. You may not even know, but your comments give strength to people that might be down, people that might be depressed. They might read your comment and it saved their day. Like this is why communities like this is so good, and why I focus on content that can start discussions, content that people can instantly relate to, instantly relate to, because the things that I'm talking about is real, it's organic, and it's just fresh content. The type of things that we think about, but we don't talk about, because again, in society, we're taught to tell everybody that everything is okay. How you doing? Oh, everything is good. How's the family? Oh, we good. When you're really not good. You know what I'm saying? You're not good. It's not good. You're struggling. You're dealing with issues. Some of you folks are dealing with health issues right now. You're dealing with health issues. You got a bad report from a doctor. You don't want nobody to know your personal business, but you try to, be optimistic, be hopeful a little bit, but in the back of your mind, it's still bothering you. And this is why it's important to have a community where you can feel safe enough to talk about the fact that you may have health issues. And the thing about it is, whatever issues you may be having, somebody else in the comments may be going through the same thing, if not worse. And now you and that person can literally relate, and they can talk with you right in the comments. You end up, forming some sort of friendship, because you found somebody in a live chat or in a comment section that actually deal with the same issue you're dealing with. Now you can relate. You know, that might even turn into a friendship. You never know where it can go. So this is why I do these videos, because a lot of people are planning on giving up. They're ready to crash out. They're tired of life. They're just tired of living through the same nightmare. And it's like, it's just, you know, you got to get out more. You got to get outside, guys. You got to really get outside. Sometimes you're doing the same thing. You know, you're doing the same thing every day. And it's like, it just makes you feel like nothing is changing. You know, you got to get outside. Sometimes just go to a mall, you know, take a drive, go to the mall. You know, you don't necessarily have to buy anything. But if you do buy something, buy like a cologne, buy a perfume, you know, something small, or even if you got a sample of a cologne, sometimes you could do that. But just take a walk, go to the mall and just kind of walk around and just, you know, do something different. You know, let your mind be free, you know, just kind of go with the flow. You know, when you leave the mall, you know, you could probably go get something to eat real quick and, you know, go back home and, you know, just do something different. Change up your routine, because a lot of times if you keep doing the same thing every single day, you get tired, because it's like you feel like you're on a treadmill. And some of y'all feel that way because you go to work every day. And I get it. Some of y'all may not like your job. You know, you may hate your job. I always say be thankful. You know, be thankful of the job that you got, even if you don't really like it. You know, be thankful of it. Because what that shows the Most High is that you're thankful. You know what I mean? Even though you may not enjoy the job, it may not pay you the best, but if you're thankful for it, I think that it'll open up other doors for you. You know, don't just focus on going to work. Try to figure out some other way to make money. Think of ways, think of your talents, think of your gifts, think of the things that you do personally that you love to do, and see if that can be monetized. You know, there's so many different opportunities, but even though there are a lot of opportunities to pretty much do things in this life, there's also a lot of opportunities to be depressed. There's also a lot of opportunities to be sad, to be miserable, to be bitter. And sometimes we fall into those categories, unfortunately. As easy as it is to focus on your dreams and goals and be persistent in those things, sometimes we can be persistent in being negative and following bad news. And it could keep us stuck and paralyze us where we're unable to move towards our goals. So I hope that this video encourages you. You know what I mean? That you may feel like giving up on life and giving up on your dreams and your goals. It's not too late. You know what I'm saying? It's not too late, man. Sometimes it wasn't meant for you to reach your goals in your teens, in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? Or even in your 30s, you know? Sometimes it wasn't meant. It's for later on in life. Sometimes the things you do, you're able to make use of it later in life. You know, it's all depends on the timing of the Most High, but not just the Most High, your diligence in using what you got. You know, you just can't wait on God and you ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to be working towards something. And that to me is one of the missing things. People, they're just not working towards anything. And typically, if you don't have no purpose and you're not on a purpose, you begin to feel empty. You begin to feel like, what is the point of being here? It's like I'm here and it's just, I don't know why I'm here. It's like I'm doing the same thing every day. I'm just going to work. I'm just doing the same thing and I'm paying bills and paying rent, mortgage, paying for this car. And I'm just dealing with insurance. And I got to pay for this. I got to pay for that. And it's like I'm just paying for everything. It's like I'm just doing this thing every single month. Just paying and paying. It's like, that's where a lot of people is, guys. Unfortunately, a lot of people is there and they're feeling the pinch. You know, it's rough, man. It really is rough because sometimes we see other people, they got money, their money is able to solve all their problems. And you look at your life and you're like, damn, I don't even got none. And, you got to wait for the paycheck to come in. And once the paycheck come in, it goes straight to your bills. And it's like, man, how am I ever going to even get out of this thing? All I make is this amount of money. How do I get out of it? That's why you got to improvise. You got to think about other ways. You got to think about your talents, your gifts, what can be monetized. You got to look at these things, guys. You just can't focus on the 9 to 5 and that's it. And when it comes to health issues, for those viewers of you that are out there, man, if you're dealing with health related issues, man, you got to change your diet, guys. You got to change your diet. I know it's very easier said than done, but you got to change your diet. You got to look at what you're eating. You got to start to eat the right kind of foods, and it's a struggle. But if you really want to change your health, man, you're going to have to change your diet. No magic pill is going to take away the problem. You are what you eat, guys. You are what you eat. Whatever you eat, that gives you the results. So if you're dealing with various health issues, you're going to have to do research. Get on Google and start searching for foods and remedies and this and that. And how can I do this? And how can I lower high blood pressure? And how can I lose the weight? And how can I prevent heart disease? You got to have to look this information up, guys. You just can't keep going to the hospital and waiting for a doctor to tell you you're going to die. Or going to the hospital and they prescribe you some prescription drugs that's killing you. You got to do an independent research on the things that is affecting your health and do what you got to do, man. You only have one shot, guys. You just got to make it happen. So I hope this video helps somebody out there. I hope this video really encouraged you folks, man. And again, if you like my videos, hit that like button, guys. Don't do me dirty when I'm giving you this excellent content. If you're going through these type of things, man, and you feel encouraged after watching my videos and it kind of got you through and it lifted your spirit, let us know in the comments that the videos is doing you wonders. Let us know in the comments, about your situation. So hopefully other people can come in and chime in their thoughts. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're loving these videos, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Click the notification bell so you can know when I go live or when I upload some new content. And you guys be blessed, man. Be blessed. You know what I'm saying? Go in peace. Be positive. It's not the end. Don't give up on yourself. Just be encouraged, man. Be encouraged that when you come here and you watch these videos, you read the comments, hopefully there will be comments that you can be encouraged by. Not all the time everybody is friendly, but for the most part, I believe that with the right energy that's in my videos, it'll bring forth the right energy in the comments. So y'all take care, guys. Again, if you have any thoughts, opinions in terms of the things you might be dealing with, leave them in the comments, guys. You got to light those comments up, participate. You got to participate, guys. This is a community. That's what we're focusing on. And I think that's what's going to heal people, mentally. It will stimulate your thoughts to make you want to live, to make you want to be creative, to make you want to get up and be active, rather than just being down and procrastinating and making excuses, So y'all stay safe out there. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Appreciate all of those that subscribe to the channel and those of you that support the channel and keeping the lights on, guys. Because if you guys don't support the channel, guys, this is how it would look, guys. The lights would go off. So I appreciate everybody for supporting the shows, hitting the Cash App, hitting the Super Chat. It is what it is, guys. So y'all take care. I'm out. Peace.